Shalom. All praises, all power, all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakaha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who teach well and rule well, who taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the Akyam, the fellow laborers, the hopeful elect, pushing this truth at risk of their own lives throughout the four corners of the earth. To the Akwath listening and learning in sincerity and in truth, and in silence, Shalom. This is your brother Shema from the GMS Toronto camp, here in Toronto, here with another lesson, right? And just some news and prophecy, right? And Babylon the Great, America the Great, right? She's in straits. Now you look at this word straits, it's a position of difficulty. Job 20 and 22, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. NLT, in the midst of plenty, they will run into trouble and be overcome by misery, right? America, right? The fullness of his sufficiency. America is in the apex of their rulership, right? They're full, they're fat, they've gotten fat, while the rest starve, fat like hogs, while the rest starved, while the poor, who were the poor? The Israelites, suffered, right? Israel being a people before it's a place. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits, a position of difficulty. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. You look at this word wicked, it's amal, meaning laborer. Every hand of the wicked, right? Amal, in the Hebrew, Strong's H6001, laborer, sufferer, wretched one, laborer, workman, sufferer, right? The people, right? In the Strong's, toiling concretely, a laborer, figuratively, sorrowful that laboreth, that is a misery had taken, wicked workman, right? So the people, the sufferers, right, says here, shall rise up against him, shall come up, every hand of the wicked shall come upon him, right? And these people, right, upwards of people, let me hold that. That's in 2nd Ezra 9. 2nd Ezra 9. Second Ezra 9 and 3. 2nd Ezra 9 and 1. He answered me then and said, right, this is the angel answering Ezra, measure thou the time diligently in itself. Measure the times. And who's measuring the times? The elect. And how are they measuring the times? Filtering the news, current events through the scriptures, right? Measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the sins past, which I have told thee before, right? When you see these prophecies, right? When thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, when you see these prophecies starting to pass, verse 2, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made, right? We know the Lord is visiting this place. Everything that's going on is the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, visiting this place. All the calamities we see happening, right? Earthquakes in diverse places, wars and rumors of wars, right? Therefore, verse 3, therefore when there shall be seen earthquakes, right? Earthquakes are daily, man. 7.7 and 8 on the Richter scale. And upwards, here's the point, and upwards of the people in the world, right? The people are upwarring, man. The people are pushing back. The people are fed up. The people are angry. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning, right? The Lord said these things were going to happen. And the prophets spoke, right?
about to tell you I know you weren't about to scroll, as I'm about to tell you the most important piece of information of the day. I've been tagged in all kinds of videos about this, so I'm going to speak on it. The mass blackout, which is happening from November 25th to December 2nd, I'm all in. I'm engaging, I'm participating. I'll be advocating for this with the Big Beautiful Boycott. We'll be pushing that information in our Discord as well as on our website once it's up and running. The People's Sick Day, who I have also advocated for that movement and their leadership, they've picked these dates as well. All of us, we're all coming together because we have to be one unified front. I'm going to go through the list of asks. You guys are going to flip out. That's fine, but I'm asking you to stay with me because I have a plan for you on the other end of this. First and foremost, if you want to take your country back, all you got to do is hit the pockets of the millionaires, billionaires, and the regime at the helm right now. They speak two languages, money and power. They hold hands if you...
And first and foremost, there's no taking... Listen, this is all prophecy. It's all by design, right? The Lord has put the spirit on the elites to move, right? There's going to be no taking it back. All roads lead to the MOTB. The Revelation 13 verse 16 on down. The Sihip.
Take away money, they don't have power. So the asks are this. No work. We'll talk about it. Don't flip out. No spending. No restaurants twice, by the way. Super important. We don't need to go out to a restaurant to eat. We don't need DoorDash and we don't need Uber Eats. I lived in the 90s. I know there wasn't that. No projects, no events. Let's talk about what all of this means and how to prepare for it. I've put together a checklist. All you have to do is follow the checklist and we'll be good to go.
How to prepare for it. Let's just say everything tanks and they push back and the elites pull another trick out their bag. Right? Say a cyber attack or whatever. You know, these people are being unruly. Let's squeeze them some more. Right? It's not going to be by the might of your own self. Amos 1. Amos 2 verse 14, and it reads, therefore the flight shall perish from the swift, and the strong shall not strengthen his force, neither shall the mighty deliver himself. Right? It's all gonna be, listen, unless you are of the elect, you're going to go through. Listen, people won't perish out here, man. The times that are coming, the time of Jacob's trouble. Unless you're of the elect, you're going to perish by sword. You're going to get thrown in a re-education center. Right? These people are saying mass blackout the economy. Let's push back. Let's take our country back. These elites going to say, you can't learn. Throw a cyber attack on them. Squeeze the food supply, the food chain some more, and now throw them in a re-education center. Because they're unruly, right? It says here, neither shall the mighty deliver himself. You're going to need the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahshai, and only the elect are going to have the Lord in that day. Neither shall he stand that handleth the bow, right? Arms, that ain't going to help you. And he that is swift of foot shall not deliver himself, neither shall he that rideth the horse deliver himself, right? Horse being symbolic of power, right? Those that are higher up on the food chain, and in Esau's matrix, they ain't going to be able to deliver themselves. Right? Ultimately leading into the missiles. Right? But the time of Jacob's trouble is not going to be light. And he that is courageous among the mighty shall flee away naked in that day, saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
I'm also going to put this picture of this checklist in the comments, so make sure you boost that so it stays at the top, and also make sure you save a copy for yourself. Number one, essentials and groceries. People got to eat during this time, right? So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to stock up on food, household items, and medications prior to November 25th. Now, we don't want there to be a surge in spending prior to the blackout, so what we're asking is that you buy from...
Now, us in this truth, we use wisdom, right? We're not going to buy a bottle of water, right, in that day, right? We're going to use wisdom, right? We rely on Yahweh Shem Yahushai, but we're going to use wisdom, and the Lord's going to give us the wisdom. Right? It says in Isaiah 33 and 6, right? Because the Lord going to provide. And us in His truth, we believe this wholeheartedly. Isaiah 33 and 6. And it reads, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, right? The wisdom and the knowledge, this understanding, this truth, right, is going to be the thing that keeps us stable, right? Of thy times, stable in what times? The time, evil times, bad times. And strength of salvation, the fear of the Lord Yahweh is his treasure, right? It says in script, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. I think that's in Proverbs. It's a good one too. It's not the one I'm looking for, but I'll read it. Proverbs 1:33. But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely. And who's going to hearken? Hearken meaning to listen, right? The elect, Lord willing, we're of that number. And shall be quiet from the fear of evil. I want to see beginning of wisdom. Psalms 111:10. The fear of the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yashai is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all they that do his commandments, right? The elect, right? They fear the Lord. Scripture say, if you love me, keep thy commandments. Love is an action word, right? Keeping the commandments to the best of our ability. To the best of our ability, we're not going to try not to sin willfully, right? Yahweh Shai is the ultimate sacrifice. We have Yahweh Shai. We're not going to sin willfully. His praise endureth forever. Proverbs 1:7. The fear of the Lord Yahweh is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction, right? And the fools, right, 2/3 of people, right, they're going to get taken in these calamities.
Local or community owned stores whenever possible, and you only buy exactly what you need to get through that brief period of time. Number 2, your finances. Make sure you pay your bills and complete essential purchases before the blackout period. We're not going above and beyond. We don't need to spend more than we usually do. Just make sure everything that is going to be due during that time is taken care of. We are going to avoid large corporate spending during November 25th to December 2nd. If you must spend, you need to do it within a local business, a small business, something like that. We are not going to engage with major corporations. Now, work is where people get a little bit hesitant. So we're just going to ask that you do what you can. If you have PTO that you can use, that you can take some days off, do it. If you can't, well, then you're still showing up, but you're doing only the essential work. You're not going above and beyond. You're not going in early. You're not staying late. You are taking that full hour lunch break. Whatever your setup is, you are doing the bare minimum, because by doing the bare minimum, you are actually taking longer for money to move through the process. You know what I'm saying? We are also going to pause anything that's optional, whether it is deliveries or a project or something that can be put on the back burner. It gets put on the back burner. The other thing too is if you can't miss work, I get it. You need to make sure you're engaging in the economic blackout part of this, that you're not spending. Now, let's go to number 4, which is communication and awareness. So we are going to inform our friends, our family, anyone that we interact with on a daily basis of our plans for spending or work, because it is going to fall. Yes, it's going to fall over Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all of those important things. You need to let people know why you are not spending, and maybe encourage them to join you, okay? You need to share this information responsibly, focusing on the peaceful, legal parts of it. Go ahead and share this video, repost this video, make your own video. I don't care how the information gets out. If you feel like you can't do any of the asks, at least push this information out for others. And then last but not least, after the blackout, we are going to resume spending with independent and local businesses. We are getting away from the corporate overlords, if you will. And after this blackout is a really good time to return to the Big Beautiful Boycott page, which will be up by then, and make sure you are following along with the companies that we are officially boycotting and have officially vetted for their participation in supporting this regime. So I hope all of that makes sense. If you have questions, put them in the comments below and I'll try to do a video response because I'm sure I left some things out. It's go time. Block your calendars out. November 25th is go time. I know you weren't about to...
Yeah, right.
At the helm right now.
And these elites are going to spank the people, right? Because people think their voice matters. It's all by design. These elites are going to spank the people, right? Right? But listen, it's all prophecy, and people are going to buy in. The truthers, the Edomite truthers, they're going to buy in, right? But this diabolical madman knows he has but a short time, right? All roads lead to the MOTB, right? And you start to push back against Esau's rulership, right? He comes down hard. Isaiah 19:2, and it reads, "And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians," right? The Babylonian, spiritual Egypt, spiritual Sodom, right? Which is America the Great. "And they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom," right? Civil unrest, class wars, racial wars, right? Economic shutdowns, right? This is upwards of the people. This is Babylon against Babylon, American against American, right? The citizens against the establishment, against the rulers, right? But yeah, that's it on that. I pray edify. Call Allah Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone, to teach one, rule well. Shalom to the elect.